Welcome to this tutorial on variable scope. As you know in Python, variable needs to be defined before they are used. These variables, however, have boundaries they can operate in. A global variable is accessible to all your functions and can be called anywhere in your program. A local variable is only accessible in the function where it is declared. Let's take an example of a variable. I'm going to call the variable name, and I'll store the name Emmanuel in the variable. If I print name right now, Emmanuel will be printed out directly. I can also print out Emmanuel from a function because Emmanuel is a global variable. So I'll say show name, and then I'm just going to print out I am name. Though we didn't declare name in this function, but when I print out show name now, if I call show name, is also going to print out the variable Emmanuel. I am Emmanuel. This variable will be available in every function you declare. I have another function here I called show season, and I'm going to print out the name also. I'm going to say it is winter Emmanuel. So let me do that. Show season, call show season. So show season is going to show it's winter Emmanuel. The name variable is a global variable. I can also decide in the show season function to declare another variable. I'm going to call it season, and I'm going to store in the winter. The variable season is a local variable. It is local to show season, and this can only work in the show season function. So I can do show season, it's season name. So because this season is in the show season function, it's going to work. So you can see right here it's showing it's winter Emmanuel. If I change this to autumn, it's also going to change it to autumn. This is a local variable, local to the function show season, but Emmanuel is a global variable, and that's why it's called in different functions in this file. Because the variable season is a local variable, you cannot call that variable in another function. It's not going to see it because it is local to this. Let's take another function. I'm going to declare the function greet name, and I'm going to print out a greeting. So in this greeting, it says, so it's going to say good day. Day is I've declared a day here. You put in the day, and then Emmanuel, which is the global variable. It is this season is supposed to also show this season, but because season is only local to show season, it's not going to be able to do that. So let's call this, and as you can see, it generated an error because it doesn't know season. Season is a local variable to this. It has its own internal parameter day, which is also local to greet name. So it can say good day name, which is the name which is global, but it doesn't know the season. So to make the season variable global, we're going to have to declare it as global so that it can be seen here. Two ways we can do that is just come in here and say global season. Yeah, you can see right now season is available, even though we didn't declare it out here as a global variable because we said global. So it stores this parameter in the global variable space. This is not a very good programming practice to declare global variable in functions. The right way we should have done it is to actually take out the global and put it and declare season somewhere here, winter. Season becomes a global variable, so it can be seen in any of the functions. It can be seen in any of the programs. And like as you can see, good afternoon, Emmanuel. It is winter, so good afternoon, day. Day is a private variable. Name is a global variable, and season is also made a global variable. Note that local variable is prioritized before a global variable. In a function, it looks out for all the local variables, and if it cannot find the variable local, then it goes out to look for the variable in the global variable. So in this instance, there is local. It sees day. Name, it looks out for name in the local space, doesn't find it, then it goes to name here, and that's why you have day, it prints out afternoon, and then name, it prints out Emmanuel, and season, it looks for season in this function. It's not available, it's not declared here, so it looks for it in the global variable, and then it knows that it exists in the global variable, and then it prints out that. You can, like I said, it looks for all those variable first in the local variable. So you can change the content of name. For instance, if I want to change name to in Greek name to Nicole, so I'm just going to say name equals to Nicole. So now saying name equals to Nicole right here, in this function, you'll see when the function runs, it prints out day, which is a local variable, then name. It's not going to use the global variable again, because now there is a local variable called name, and that's why you have good afternoon, Nicole. And like you can see, other printouts, the show name is still using the global variable. It's printing out Emmanuel because there is no local declaration. If I come here and declare name as Matthew in show name, you'll see it's not saying I am Matthew. But in show season, season has autumn as declared as a local variable, and it has name. Name is not declared as a local variable, so it's going to use Emmanuel. But season, even though we have a global variable winter here, it has a local variable declared in show season. So show season is autumn, and that is why when you print out show season, which is the third printout, it's going to say it's autumn, Emmanuel. So you need to understand how or which comes first, local or global variable, and when or how they are declared.